Good morning. Happy Thursday, July 9th. I am actually on time and I'm a little concerned. I'm like, do I have my voice and everything running correctly today? We'll soon find out. So, this is the project that we're doing today. This is my tester. I made a little princess carriage kind of card. It's pretty basic, pretty simple, but it's perfect for like a little girl's, what do you call it? Princess party, or I don't know. I was just thinking of this because my little girl's gonna be turning 7. Oh my goodness, 7. And I was thinking of what kind of card would I can possibly get her or make for her. So I thought, let's try this one. So the things that I'm gonna need is like a light brown or orange, some yellow, darker yellow, pink, and light pink. Okay, do I have my mat? Yes, I have my mat. And let me bring this on over. So let's get to today's project. Hold on here. Now, Devlin is not going to be joining us today because he is out and about. So, Lord willing, my voice is okay. I'm a little nerve wracked. It's like, I don't know if my sound is good. That seems to be my problem every single stream. All right, so what we have here from the original, let me move this, from the original tutorial is how to make a princess dress and then turn it from a princess to a queen. When the only difference is, the sleeves and of course the crown. So I wanted to make a little carriage to go with it. You can make it any color. I just chose pink for it. Let's see. I'm a little discombobulated today. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna try to make this a 4x4 kind of card, but I know with the wheels it's just gonna add to it. So I'm gonna try to keep it to that size, if not smaller, to fit into an A2 size card. Alrighty. So let's start with the princess dress first. Let me go over here. How did I do this again? It's been a while. All right, I'm going to start with the pentagon tool because I need that for the portion of the dress. And I'm going to get myself a circle. And what I'm going to do, did I do a little? No, I didn't. So I'm going to take it off the lock and I'm going to elongate this. And that's going to give me the top portion or the shirt. Not the shirt of the dress, the top portion of the dress. I'm just trying to get this as even as possible. Select everything and slice. All right. So far, so good. Let me just elongate it just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to grab the bottom portion, which is nothing more than a circle. And I'm going to just make it really super big. Make it a nice little puffy dress. And I'm going to make it right in the middle. Good. And I'm going to weld. Alrighty. Now, I know for this one I did a straight edge. Let me bring this over. Let me group it together so I can have a reference so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Now, I know I can make these little floopies down here, and that's what I'm going to do for this one. It's going to be changed up just a little bit, just a tiny bit. I'm going to grab a circle, and I'm just going to slice off a little bit of it. Make it right in the middle, horizontally, yeah, there. and slice. Perfect. And I got 2 of them. I'm going to flip this one. Okay. And weld. Okay. And weld. Okay, I'm going to most likely use this for the inside of the dress, but I want to use it also for the bottom of the dress. Let's see a little more. To make it more look like a dress rather than it's been cut off. Because when I was doing this yesterday, I'm like, I really don't like that straight edge. Here we go. Maybe a little further out. There we go. And let's make sure that this is right in the middle. Good. Now I'm going to slice it. Oh, that's right. That's so right. I forgot. I need to keep in mind the bottom portion. Let's take this off. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld these together and fill in the gaps. Let's see. Nope, don't like that one. Here we go. There we go. And weld. Oop, there's still a little bit showing. Let me move that back. Weld. There you go. Okay. Ah, I can still see it. You see it right there? I know, it's awful being a perfectionist. Weld. There we go. Now I'm going to slice. That takes care of the bottom portion, and it looks more like a dress. You know, if I was really thinking about this, this also could look like a ballerina dress. You only take off a certain portion of it, and you can easily make this into a nice little ballerina dress. Alright, let's change the colors to yellow. Light yellow. Let me just bring this forward. Now, I noticed after I was cutting these that it was super flimsy. So to counteract that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of circles to the points just to give it more stability. Okay. There we go. And make sure that all of these are centered properly. There we go. And I'm going to weld. By adding these little tiny circles, it'll ensure that it's not going to be so flimsy. So all I'm going to do now is just elongate this. And then I'm just going to decrease it. There we go. And I have the details so far added. Now, I forgot to do one major thing. With this circle right here, let's see. Let me bring this to the front. Just a little bit. And slice. That just gave me a small little snippet here. You can make this as thick or as thin as you want. For me, I kind of want it just like that. Oh, not that one. There we go. So far, so good. Let me add a little bit more detail to this dress. Okay, I'm going to have the little puffy. One side, other side. And I'm going to weld. Move this back. Back. There we go. Okay, by doing so, it changed the dress just a little bit, so I'm just going to try to make this fit. There we go. It gives it a bit of dimension, like you're seeing inside the dress, just by doing that. All right. Maybe I should have made it a little deeper, because I don't really like how this is showing off right here. So let's do this again. It's all about trial and error. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a different shape in order to cover the sleeves here. So I'm just gonna grab myself a pentagon tool and elongate it. You know what I just realized? If I do that, this portion right here is not going to come off. I'm going to have to cover that up. Right here. And right here. Weld. And slice. Well, it kind of took the whole thing with it. Let me redo that. It's all about trial and error, trying to figure out what best works, which shape best works with you. All right, let's do it without this. Slice. Oh, it did give me one. Oh, good. Oh, that's not the color I wanted. There we go. I can edit it a little more. Let's see, I have this right here, like so. Put this one on top. Like that. And this one on top. Oh, stop it. Front. Alrighty. So that should be good. Let's weld these two together and slice this. That should give me the shape I'm looking for. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Okay. Now, this is where you turn into a princess. Well, at least if you're considering like Cinderella style princess, because she has this kind of similar band right there. So I want the band to be about there. And slice. And I'm going to change it to the correct color. And then of course I need circles for the little pom-poms. Alrighty, let's try these to turn these into white. And just in case, so they don't go anywhere, weld. There we go. Bring them to the front. Front. Ta-da! Well, as soon as I let it go, then it'd be a ta-da. Ta-da! Okay. Now, let's select it again. And let's do a little small amount of modifications to the queen dress. Right? We don't need these. Alrighty, and let's make, whoa, that's weird. Let's make some sleeves. We're gonna grab ourselves our pentagon tool. Today's is the pentagon tool's time to shine. Generally I use a circle for or a square for everything, but today I'm using a pentagon a lot more. All right, I'm going to cut this off. Slice. Good, good, good. I'm going to change the color to something that's more suitable. There you go. And that's a little too big, so let's just make it fit. And let's move this back like that. And let's do the same for this one. Oh, somehow I caught. Okay, can I get it? No, I cannot. There we go. All right, looking so good. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So let's do our crown. I'm going to use the pentagon tool once again. I'm telling you, it's the pentagon's time to shine. I'm going to grab myself a circle. Alrighty. All right, let's make sure that these are even properly. And I see there's a little bit of a gap here, so I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. And slice. Oh, it won't slice because there's two of them. Weld. And slice. Okay. All right, time to add a bit of detail. Okay, need to add circle here, and circle here. Let's make sure this is right in the middle. Yeah, there we go. And weld. Now we got ourselves a beautiful crown. Then we can put it right there and change the color. Alrighty then. So we have our crown, we have our dress. Now it's which one do you think is best to put on the card anyway? I kind of like the crown and the look of the princess dress. I'll be honest. But if you were doing this for a little girl, say between the ages of like 3 and 6, I would probably go with this one. For 7 and up, I would probably do with the crown, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do with the crown. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to, you can take it or leave it. So this is the dress that I'm going to do. I lost the sleeve. Come back here. Let me group you together. Can I group you? Yes. Moving along, moving along. All right, I'm going to get rid of this dress right here. All right. I'm going to put it right here. Now, to make the carriage, something that simple, I'm just going to grab myself some circles, or at least a circle, elongate it. And I'm going to spread these out as much as I can. Like that. Giving me the nice little pumpkin shape. Like that. And let's make sure everything is lined properly. I'm going to line it all on the bottom. There you go. And weld. It's good, but I'm going to try to make it as rounded as possible to what I want it to look like. There we go. Okay, so far this is at 5 and 4. Let's make this a little easier on me. Let's make this 530 by 530. I mean 430. Not 30. 5.5. There we go. That's good. That's good. I'm going to duplicate it. This one's going to be my front cover, and these are going to be my card. I just need to make sure that these are touching correctly, and centered properly. There we go. I'm going to weld these together. And I need to duplicate this one more time. So this is going to be my front cover. So once I fold this, it's going to make it go kind of straight, and I wanted to keep those nice round edges. So this is going to be my front. Should put it right up here. There we go. Perfect. Well, as soon as I let it go, it will be. And now for the greeting or inside, I'm going to make that white. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I meant to grab this one and turn it white. Now I'm going to try to make it fit inside to give me a border. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now, for my carriage wheels, because, you know, every single queen and princess needs wheels on their carriage. So what I'm going to do is, you could do this a number of ways. You can use rectangles, you can use diamonds, or you can use teardrops, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab myself a heart and a circle. I'm going to take it off the lock and elongate it, giving me a nice looking teardrop. Perfect. Now I just need to finagle this in here to make it look right. Alright, let's make this brown and the inside of this white, just so I can see what I'm doing. And let's make sure that this is right in the middle. Okay. Duplicate and flip. Okay, let's just make sure that these are aligned properly, which I can already tell they are not. Alright, I'm going to weld this. And I'm going to just rotate this ever so gingerly and make sure that this is right in the middle. Center. There we go. Actually, see if I can get the whole thing centered properly. Nope. Let's just do this one thing at a time. Let's center this first. Weld this first. Then I can center it properly. There we go. Now that I do that, I'm going to slice it through. Cut. Cut. And since I wanted to have a little spoke in the middle, is that what it's called? A wheel spoke? Let's make sure that this is also in the middle. And weld. There we go. And there we go. That's the end of our card. But since I kind of like this one better, just a little bit, maybe because I took my time rounding out the edges and making it look more pumpkinish, I'm going to use this one. Okay. So let me see if this will fit on my cover. It's a little big. And if I put in the wheels, it might make it a little weirder. So let's make this go front. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make this image a little smaller and bring it down just a little bit. It's all about trial and error. If you don't like something, try new things. Make sure it works for you. The dress wasn't working for me the first time I did it, so I'm changing it up. There we go. See? That's looking a little better. Much, much better. All right. Time to cut. Do I got everything ready? Yes, I do. Wait, do I? I'll make sure. Oh, wait. I grouped the... I need to ungroup it. Ungroup. All right. So far, so good. I got my white. This, I need to move to the bottom. Okay, good. My wheels, good. My dress, that looks really good. Oh, no, 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 no. This won't work. No, 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 no. This won't work. Let's move these down, move this over. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Anything else? No, I'm going to go to the top and then go to continue. Is my machine on? No, it is not. All right. Are you good? Are you okay? Good. Okay, so let me go to my map. And the first color it's asking me for is white. But I decided against that, and I'm going to use this nice light pink for my inside. Just keep it in the pinky theme. All right, do I have any? Yeah, I do. I have one. Since, yes, my mat is kind of sticky. No, I do not trust it. Yes, I am putting blue painter's tape because I am just that much of a freak when it comes to having stuff move around on my mat. Alrighty, let's put this in and cut. Yeah, okay. I'm still highly considering getting the maker, maybe not right now, but maybe in the near future. It's just simply because I do not like the fact that my Explorer 1 only has one section. I know you guys can't see that, but let me just move it ever so slightly. You see that? Only has one. And it would make my life so much easier if I able to put my my stylus in and not worry of whether or not I have to switched it out. Because if you see in a lot of my streams, you hear me going, "Oh, I did it again. Oh no, why? It cut through my paper when it was supposed to score." Yeah, that kind of stuff. That seems to happen to me quite a bit. And trust me, it's not an act. I am really that dense when it comes to remembering switching out my my stylus. That is why I didn't put any stylus commands into this project, for my sake. Now, if you wanted to, you could put score lines, but I know myself. I know me. I will forget and it'll cut through my card in the score lines. So I just saved myself that heartache and not put them in. I mean, you could also use a bone folder. It's not that big of a deal. Not unless you have something super intricate, like a box or a pop-up or a shape. Say if you were doing a 3D letter, then I would highly suggest you using your stylus. But for cards like this, something as simple as just folding, I didn't think it was necessary to put in the score lines. There we go. Okay, good. So far, so good. And I kind of like the shape of this card. And I'll tell you why. It's very fall looking. And I don't know about you, but I'm missing fall. Something awful. Where's my stylus? Oh, not stylus. Bone folder. Where's my bone folder? Did I hide you? Oh, bone folder. Where are you, my little bone folder? Well, I found your brother, which is good enough for me. Okay. Now, there is no need to worry. You see how it's a harsh edge? That's why I cut this out. For the sheer fact that I didn't want those hard edges on my card. Make sure I got it the right way. There we go. It's a small thing, but I'm a freak about that, honestly. Ooh. Angles are something that it's like it's not centered properly, and it'll get under my skin. Yes, it's a bit of OCD. I am fully aware. Okay, I'm gonna use you, 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 and you. All right, what's next? My brown slash orange. Okay. And this was from my football project. If you haven't seen that video, I would highly suggest to check it out on Unique Designs by Monica on YouTube. If you can't find it below, feel free to check my blog. All my information is there. And while we're waiting for this to cut, I have actually new merch on my my store. I have a 99-cent sale going on right now for all my SVGs. Well, not all my SVGs, the majority of my SVGs. You can check it out at store at uniquedesignsbymonica.com. Yes, it's a shameless plug, but I'm going to put it in there. Oh, did I not center this correctly? Wait a minute. Why is it all centered? Maybe it's just, no, it's definitely off-centered. Huh. Do you see that? It's a bit off-centered. You can't really notice it. I mean, I notice it because I'm a freak about that. But it's okay. I should have chosen the second wheels rather than the first ones. I think the first ones were off-centered and I didn't notice it until just now. Because I was just doing my tester and I'm like, it's okay, it's just my tester. I'll fix it in the final project. And I just realized, oh, that's right. It's off-centered. Ain't no biggie. It still works with the card. Although I measured it for, would it fit this card? Did I measure it for this card? We'll soon find out. Stay tuned on how royally I have messed up. Okay, I want this to be my actual dress. I want this to really pop. Because my tester, I did the opposite. I made the mustard looking color my dress, and the accents, I made them bright yellow. And the accents really pop, but the dress kind of looks dull. See, it looks a little dull. It doesn't seem to be popping out as much as the accents are, and that's why I'm changing it up a little. Oh yeah, the way the dress looks now looks a lot better than this hard straight edge. And trust me, when you start making your own SVGs like this, you'll notice that you're gonna have some trials and errors. And that is my phone, and it's just telling me I have a message. Can I look at you later? Or is it absolutely important, imperative to see you now? Okay. Yep, this is not something I need to be seeing right now. Because some messages you just cannot ignore. Other messages is like, take a quick glance. Not important. I'll get back to it in a bit. Okay. Perfect. Now for this part. As you can see, that the colors on this is a little more muted. And that's what I wanted to have stand out. I wanted the dress to really stand out. Okay. And cut. All right, will you fit? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I did good. Well, I did okay. I did adequate. Yeah. Adding those little circles to the very tips of the design. That's why on this one, you see little pearls because they fell apart as soon as they cut. And I didn't want that to happen again. Yeah. These are a lot more stable. Yeah, me just moving it off the mat like this, they just ripped apart. They fell apart. Okay. We got all of our pieces. Let's start assembling here. Okay. I'm going to start with the inside first. Now to avoid any wrinklage, when I was at my card class yesterday, a good tip that they gave me was just smooth it out as best as possible. Make it as flat to avoid these large bumps that you get. And I'm sure that's common knowledge, but for me, I was like, oh, that sounds something like I should probably be doing. But before I went hand, I was just like globbing them on. I'm like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to spread out all on its own. Nope. It needs a bit of assistance. Okay. I'm going to leave you guys to the last. I'm going to put you to the front. But before I do, I'm going to give you a bit of shading, a little bit more definition. Let's see now. I did purple last time and it was okay. And I think I'm going to just do brown just to make those edges pop a little more. Yeah, I used purple and it was it was nice, I guess. But I wanted to really make those edges pop. So hopefully you guys are having a pretty good day. It's a Thursday. It's almost Friday. But I'm sure when you guys see this, it's probably going to be like a Wednesday or a Saturday on YouTube. 'Cause that's when I normally post my my videos, is every Wednesday and Saturday. All right, I'm going to do just a tiny bit more decorating. So I'm just going to grab myself some of my colored pencils here. And I'm just going to define the pumpkin a little more. And I'm just going to add some lines. And all I'm doing is just giving it a nice little rounded shape. Okay. Now I know the dress is going to cover a lot of this, but I just want to make sure for my own sanity that it's coming, it's reading off as a pumpkin carriage. Oh yeah, just the devils are in the details. Just adding a bit of detail really makes a difference. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to move this up a little like this. And all I'm just doing is just highlighting the top portion of here, just to give it a nice little rounded edge. There we go. Nothing too big, nothing too spectacular. It's just a little bit of subtle touches that I'm adding to the card. Good. All right, where's my double-sided tape? And I am doing double-sided tape on this one because it's such a large surface. I really don't want to have, one, glue on my hands, and two, if I miss anything, I don't want the globs to be sticking out. Okay. Let's pick these up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I'm just going to cover up those rough edges of my card and stick it down. All right. I'm not going to do too much to the dress, but maybe just a little bit of a highlight. That really didn't do much. Let's see. Green. That didn't do much either. How about red? Oh yeah. Just a little bit on the raised areas. I can almost see this concept being used for like Tinkerbell dresses. Oh, and that's my little girl screaming her head off. Ooh, I can't wait for school to start. All right. Okay, there we go. Is that in the middle? Am I deceiving myself? Is it in the middle? There we go. Let's press that down. And I'm just going to do a little dot here, little dot here, and a little dot here. Let's get these. There's my crown. All right. Just realized this needs to go underneath it like that. That's what I like about glue. It gives me enough wiggle room that I can work with it before it fully dries. Okay. Okay, good, good. It looks a little higher than it should. All right, let's add a little bit of detail. Okay. All right. Let's move this down just a tad. All right. Okay. All right. We are almost done, guys. It's looking really nice too. And I kind of like the circles even more because it makes it a lot easier to add glue to those small areas without worrying if it's going to fall apart or not. There we go. Oh, that's looking really nice. And my crown is crooked. Okay. Now, I'm going to give a bit of pop dots to my wheels. I want to make sure that these look like they're sticking out. I'm going to flip these over. All right. There we go. There we go. And this pop dot is slightly off-centered. There we go. And there you go. You have yourself a nice little princess dress in a little pumpkin carriage. It's perfect. Now, is it about the same size? Yeah, it is about the same size. So there you go. You could easily do one or the other. And now if you really wanted to finish these off, you can always add embellishments like I have here. But I think I'll do that off screen because it doesn't really need it. It looks great on its own. So I'm going to probably go back and forth debating whether or not I should add anything. But I'm sure you'll find out what it is by the time I take photographs and put it on as my thumbnail. Thank you so much, you guys, for stopping on by and taking a look at this quick project. There we go. I feel like I'm slightly off center there. I hope this actually teaches you how to use basic shapes using nothing more than your Cricut. Well, using your Cricut, nothing using. Let me repeat that. Using your Cricut, nothing, but not using anything other than basic shapes. I didn't use anything different than what I had in hand to create these beautiful cards on a weekly basis. So if you like what you see, feel free to hit that follow or subscribe button, depending if you're on Twitch or YouTube. Ring that bell notification so you can be notified on when I go, when I get new content in on Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for stopping on by. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.